present continuous and our present simple. So you would know that, we looked at the rules between the present simple and the present continuous. Okay, the main rule that you need to know is that you use the continuous when you have the words in your sentence like now or at the moment. I'm working at the moment. I'm reading a book now. I'm speaking to Maria now. So whenever you say now or at the moment, use the present continuous. But the present simple, just use it to give true information, like I live in Australia, I teach English, I like to play an instrument, I play the piano. It's like as if you're giving true information about yourself. What you like, what you do, what you speak. I speak English. That's the present simple. The present simple also when I talk about what I do, not just now, but more than once. I play the instrument twice a week. I often go for a walk every day. I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. It's sentences like that. So present simple, present continuous. Again, we're speaking about now in the moment. That's why it's called the present. And we're going to continue with some more exercise to make sure that we can be perfect in talking in the present simple or the present continuous. Okay, so let's continue. We are here. So we've got the present continuous. The present continuous. So remember the continuous, we have the ing to our action and the verb to be. So you could see here, this man is now in this moment is speaking on the phone and he's asking a question to this man. And he says, are you working at the moment? Now, if you look at this man, it's because exactly in this moment, he's working. We can see he's writing. He looks very worried. So, and he says, yes, I am. So today, now in this lesson, we're going to look at how do we reply or respond when somebody talks in the present continuous. How do we give a reply? We say yes or no if we are doing the action. Because remember, if they asked us a question, how do we respond? So as I said, this man here, you can see that he asked a question. Are you working at the moment? And this man responding, okay, that's what a short answer means. It's how do we respond? He says, yes, I am. So always you have to say yes or no first. And in this case, if it's writing, you put a comma, only in writing. So you say yes or no first, and then subject, and then the verb to be. So you don't need to repeat the action, just yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not. So depending on the subject, but that's how we respond. So today, that's what we're doing. How do we respond when somebody is speaking to us in the present continuous? Okay, so let's have a look at some rules first. So we can see, as I said, that we need to say yes or no first. So very simple, yes or no. And then we say the subject, okay, in both the positive and the negative, and then the verb to be. So yes, I am. Yes, he is. Yes, we are. No, I'm not. No, she isn't. Or no, she's not. Or no, we aren't. Or no, we're not. Okay, so you've got two choices. You can connect the verb to be with the negative. So to respond, yes or no first, and then the subject, and then the verb to be only. So let's have a look here. Are your parents sleeping? Yes, they are. So you could say, yes, I am, but not yes, I'm. So you cannot connect I and the verb to be here. Yes, they are. You cannot say yes, there. The only ones that you can connect is he, she, it. Yes, no, he isn't. No, she isn't. No, it isn't. Or we, you, they. We aren't, you aren't, they aren't. So is she working? No, she isn't. Okay, so only the contractions. Contractions means when you put together one word and another word together. We can only do that in the negative short answer. So you can see here only in the negative short answer for he, she, it, or we, you, and they. So these are the only two ways, the two words that we can put in the short answer as a contraction, connecting them. No, she isn't. No, we aren't. Okay, let's practice. So remember, we're just responding to questions in the present continuous. So are you working at the moment? No, I'm not. Okay, remember, always say yes or no first. Are your sisters working now? So remember, it's plural. There's a spelling mistake here. So just make sure this says sisters. So are your sisters working now? Okay, you can see the continuous now. No, they aren't. Remember they, because the subject is plural. Are your parents coming? We'll start with Peter.
Yes, yes, they are.
Good. 4. Yes, they are. 4 for Sarah. Is John working at the moment? Yes, he is. Yep. Yes, he is. 5. Are they playing tennis? Good. No, they aren't. Are you reading this book?
Yes.
Good, because the subject is I, because someone says, are you reading this book? Yes, I am. 7. Is Mary going to school today? No, she isn't. Good. No, she isn't. 8. Is Peter listening to the radio?
Yes.
9. Yes, he is. Are they doing their homework now?
No.
Good. No, they aren't. Or we could say, no, they're not. But no, they aren't. No, they aren't. 10. Is the dog sleeping? For Sarah, is the dog sleeping? Yeah. Yes, it is. Yep. Okay, good. Very simple. How do you respond? Now, how do we respond in the present simple? Okay, so again, responding, that's what that means, short answer. How do we say yes or no? That's what it means. So again, you always have to say yes or no first. In the positive, we say yes. If it's a negative, means no. And then we have the subject. So we could see I, we, you, they, he, she, it. Same in the negative. And now we need to say do or does, or don't or doesn't. So here it's a little bit different. Yes, I do. Do you work in the city? Yes, I do. Does she live close to work? Yes, she does. Do you like the piano? No, do they like the piano? No, they don't. Does she need some help? No, she doesn't. So all you have to remember in the short answer for the present simple, you use the verb to do Okay, so you use the verb to do because we know that's the same way how we ask the question. But you put the answer, you change it depending if it's a positive or if it's a negative. So do, does, don't, doesn't. Okay, to respond, to give a response. So we can see here, do the men want some tea? That's a present simple question. Yes, they do. So you can hear that same verb in the beginning, do. So make sure you use the same verb. Yes, they do. You don't need to repeat the action, want some tea. Do the men want some tea? Yes, they do. In the negative, no, they don't. No, they do not. There's a bit of a spelling mistake as well here. So just write, no, they do not. Okay, so very simple. Let's practice. I'll do the first two. So we can see, do they live here? Remember, that's a present simple asking about true information about you. You know, do you live here? So, do you live here? Yes, I do. Does Mary, so remember that's she, does Mary work in this office? No, she doesn't. So I use she so that I don't have to repeat her name. So no, she doesn't. That's a negative. Number 3, we'll start with Peter. Does Stephen speak French?
No. Steven. No, he doesn't.
Yes, so we don't need to repeat the subject. Good. So does Stephen speak French? No, he doesn't. So we're using the correct part here for he, she, it. Okay, Sarah, do the teachers like your work? Yes. Do the teachers, so remember it's plural. You've got teachers. So do the teachers like your work? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Number 5, do you understand the lessons? Good. No, I don't. Number 6, do they visit you often?
No.
Good. No, they don't. Number 7, do you like France? Yes, I do. Good. Do your parents live in London? Yes, they do. Does your father like modern music?
No.
Good. No, he doesn't. Does Judy drive to work? Yes, she does. Do your grandparents still enjoy gardening? Yes, they do. Does Simon's sister work with you? Good. No, she doesn't. Do John and Alison eat meat? No, they don't. Yep, plural, because you remember you've got more than one person. Do John and Alison eat meat? We say they, because we're talking about more than one person. No, they don't. Does Tony like adventure films?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Do you watch TV on the weekends? Remember, you should say on the weekends because that's how we say it in Australia. So do you watch TV on the weekends?
No.
Good. No, I don't. Does your uncle play tennis? Yes, he does. Yeah. Good. Okay. So now what we did, let's go back before we practice more. We looked at how do we respond? How do we give an answer? Always say yes or no first. But we looked at the continuous. If it's the continuous, make sure you're using that verb to be in your response. The verb to be. Yes, I am. Yes, she is. Yes, he is. No, I'm not. No, he isn't. No, they aren't. So you're saying yes or no first, and then the verb to be. That's how you respond in the present continuous. So I'll just write that rule. You say yes or you say no first. If it's in writing, you put a comma and then you put the subject. So I'll just write S because it depends. It could be I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and then use the verb to be. That means am, is, are. It depends on what the subject is. So that's why I can't write it, because it's yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Okay, so this is how we respond in the present continuous. When someone asks us a question, remember there's an ing. Are you working now? Are you reading a book now? Are you learning to speak a language? So yes, I am. No, I'm not. Make sure the verb to be, you know exactly how to change it depending on the subject. So am, is, are. Depending on the subject, am, is, are. So that's responding in the present continuous. Then we looked at responding in the present simple. And the same thing, we need to say yes or no first, comma, we have a subject, and then we need to use the verb to do. So you need to say, yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, she does. No, he doesn't. So you got a different one here. So to do, remember, it could be, depending on the subject, do, does, or in the negative, don't, doesn't. So I can't write it all because it depends on which subject that I need to change this one. So very similar, okay, to respond for a question that someone asks us in the present simple. We do know the difference. Why present simple? They're asking about true information now or about our routine or habit. We say yes or no first. Depends who they're asking about. Are you? Is she? So yes, I am. Okay, do they? Does he? Does she? So as soon as you hear the do or does as a question, use that in your response. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Do you live in Sydney? No, I don't. Do you like running? No, I don't. Okay, so depending on the subject, if it's a positive or a negative. So that's what we did. We just looked at being able to respond in the present simple and the present continuous. But let's try and put them together and see now if you know which one to use. So you could see someone is asking you questions. Write the short answer. Remember, respond. So, are your brothers working today? Try and look at the grammar. Is that simple or continuous? Are you working today? So, are your brothers working today? Yes, they are. I can see because it's plural subject. Yes, they are. And that's a continuous. We know because it's asking today, now, at the moment. Okay, continuous. Do you speak Italian? That sounds like I'm asking about true information. No, I don't. So simple. This one was in a simple question. So we must respond with the correct simple grammar. Okay, number 3, starting with Peter. Do you like this school?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. It's a present simple. It's asking about now in this moment. It's asking about do. It's a simple, but it's asking about true information. Do you like this school? Yes, I do. Number 4, do you go to school in London? For Sarah, do you go to school in London? Yes, I do. So imagine you're telling someone true information. Yes, I do go to school in London. Yes, I do live in London. Number 5, is your mother watching TV?
Yes, she.
Good. Yes, she is. Continuous, because I'm asking now. Is that what she is doing right now, watching TV? Yes, she is. 6, do you go to school on Sundays?
No, I don't.
Good. That's talking about your routine in the present simple. You can hear the do or does. Remember, simple. We're asking about routines, not just this Sunday, but every Sunday. Do you go to school on Sundays? So you must respond in the simple. No, I don't, as a negative. Are your parents staying here? They aren't. So you got a continuous. You could see the ing, the verb to be. Remember, a continuous question starts with the verb to be, and the simple question starts with the verb do. So that's the difference between knowing which one is simple and which one is continuous. So you could see there's an ing. When you hear that, you should know you're going to be using the verb to be. Am, is, are. So no, they aren't. Does the dog sleep in your bedroom?
No, that's
Yeah. No, it doesn't. Do you get up at 8 o'clock? Present simple question.
yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Good. Is Mary listening to the stereo? Good. Yes, she is. So I'm asking, imagine right now, where is Mary? Is she listening to the stereo? Is she watching TV? Yes, she is. So imagine right now in the moment that she's doing it. Now, it's not very common to say stereo. Okay, so we say radio. Okay, not very common to say stereo. It's correct word. It means it's just another word to say radio. But as a native speaker, we say radio. Is she listening to the radio? And we have a positive. Yes, she is. Does the film start at 6 o'clock?
No, that's
No, it doesn't. Good. So we could see we're asking about a routine or true information. Does it start at 6 o'clock? No, it doesn't. 12, are the children playing football?
yeah, yes, yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Good. Continuous. Is that what they're doing right now? Yes, they are. 13, does Susan drive to work? Yes, she does. Good. That's asking about Susan's routine. Are you reading? Good. No, I'm not. Am I reading your paper? Yes, I am. 16, are they doing the washing up? Yes, they are. Now, again, washing up is not very common. We mostly say the dishes. Are they doing the dishes? And that means, washing the plates and the cups and the forks and the knives, like after dinner, after eating. So we mostly say, it's more common to say the word dishes. So are they doing the dishes? Yes, they are. And that's asking now in the moment. 17, do you come to work by bike? No, I don't. Good. Do you come to work by bike? No, I don't. Is John watching television?
No,
No, he isn't. 19. Does Paul swim for the school team? Yes, he does. Yeah. Am I sitting in the right place? Yes, you are. Do you like reading poetry?
Yes, yes. No, no. No.
Yeah, no, I don't. Do we need our coats? For Sarah? Do we need our coats?
No.
No, we don't. Good. Are Anne and Maria waiting for the bus? Yes, they are. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, yes.
Yes, I am. Is she coming now? No, she isn't. Good. Does he know London well?
Yes.
No, he doesn't. Do they like children? Peter, do they like children?
Do they like children? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Good. Okay, so that's what we had for being able to respond, okay, in the present simple when we get asked a question, or being able to respond when we get asked a question in the present continuous. So it was really important. Again, let's look at these rules because we looked at the last lesson. You should know very well when to use the present continuous and when to use the present simple. So remember simple, how do we make a sentence just in the positive? You've got your subject and just the verb. Except for if it's she, he, or it, then you need to put an S. And it's like saying, I live in Australia. I read a book every day. I go to the movies every week. It's like you're giving information about your life to someone. So all you have to do, subject, remember I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and then you have the action. There's no ing, there's no ed, but for he, she, it, when you're talking about someone, she or he or it, like a dog or something, a pet, then you need to put an S to the action. And to respond, which is what we did now in this lesson, you say yes or no first, the subject, and then the verb to do. Yes, I do. No, I don't. No, he doesn't. That's how we respond. So this is what we did today, responding. So this one was the important part. How do we respond in the present simple? Say yes or no first, then the subject, and then the verb to do. Okay, so you've got to make sure you know what the verb to do is. It's do, does, and in the negative, doesn't and don't. Now in the continuous, to make a sentence, so we're just recapping, you have a subject, you need to use the verb to be. So that's am, is, are, depending on your subject. I am, you are, we are, they are, he, she, it is. And then you have the action with the ing. So different structure to the simple. And you can see you have to do this one first. You have to put the to be, you have to find out which one for your subject. And then the ing, really important to your action. For all the subjects, I am swimming, he is swimming, she is swimming, we are swimming, they are swimming, you are swimming. So it doesn't matter, all your subjects, you put an ing. And to respond, which is what we did this lesson, so again, you say yes or no first. with the comma. And then you need to say the subject. And then the verb to be, which is am, is, are. But remember, if it's a negative, you need to fix it. So yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, we are. No, they aren't. Okay, so here I can see the difference is that it has the verb to be instead of the verb to do in the response. So that's it. That's how we know now how to respond. How do we say an answer, yes or no? And if it's in a simple, you would say yes or no, subject to do. Or if it's in the continuous, you would say yes or no, the subject and the verb to be. So now you know when people ask you a question, make sure you listen. Is it a present simple or is it a present continuous? Very simple. If you hear the continuous, you know you're going to hear the ing. That's your very big, that's how you'll know. It's a very big tip that you'll know it's a continuous. And it will say words like at the moment. Are you working at the moment? Are you studying now? But simple, you'll know because it's more like about your routine or true information about your life. So you're going to be using that verb to do in your reply, in your response. So that's what we did today. We looked at responding, replying, saying yes or no to the present simple and to the present continuous. So I want to tell someone, they ask me a question, and I'm going to say yes or no first. And then depending on the subject, and then the verb to be or the verb to do. Depends if the question was in the present simple or the present continuous. You just have to listen. Which grammar did they use when they asked me a question? And that's how you know how to respond. And as I said, simple, you know the rules now, when to use the present simple, and the continuous, you know when to use the present continuous. Okay, that was for the present simple, the present continuous. Next lesson, we're going to be doing the past simple, which is good, and the past continuous. So looking at now the past for the next lesson, not the present like we did in this lesson. Okay, so let's have a so that's for next lesson. So make sure you bring this one.